Maiden Lanes against the gentleman from Gates Bowl. And we'll be back with the introduction of the bowlers after this Bud timeout.
Okay, so these guys may know a little more than we do about
Greater Rochester Area Travel Men's League. I'm Rod DeFrance along with Tom. It's always, we kind of break it up every month, once a month, and show the best of the Rochester bowlers, both men and women. This week is the men's turn.
That's right. We got Maiden Lanes and Gates Bowl bowling today, and each team bowled at Brockport Bowl last week, and out of the highest score that the team shot, that's how they were actually chosen to be here.
I guess Gates had the highest, and Maiden had the second highest. Gates Bowl actually doing very well this year. They're in first place. They won the first half. They were on here a couple of months ago in the Battle of the Sexes, and they beat the ladies of Olympic by a very small margin.
It's got to be Billy Fortino out there, showing them exactly how to, just control the lane situation.
It must be Bill that's doing it all, huh? Yeah. And we'll ask Greg if he's doing it all over there.
We'll see. That's right. That's right.
Okay, this is head-to-head for a point each, right?
That's right. And 2 points for totals.
Okay, so let's introduce the bowlers to you, and we'll introduce them as they are going to oppose each other. Okay, so in the number 1 spot for Maiden Lanes, it'll be Greg Joseph, and he'll be bowling against Sam Germano. In the number 2 spot, it'll be Bill Hunt for Maiden Lanes against Bill Rybak for Gates Bowl. Into the number 3 spot, John Strong will be bowling against Errol Usselman. In the number 4 spot, Nick Schwalb for Maiden and Pete Gravante for Gates Bowl. And in the anchor position, it'll be Joe Magoffin against Carl King. And there you have our opponents. And we're going to have our match, one-game match, head-to-head, total pins, right after this.
There we were, a jillion miles outside of the hood. The bus got a flag.
Tom Sardu along with Ron DeFrance, the Greater Rochester Area League. Maiden Lanes against Gates Bowl. Greg Joseph going to start it off for Maiden Lanes. These two teams earned the right to be here after a roll-off 2 weekends ago at Brockport. Came in a little bit light, Tommy. Now he's
just a little, Greg.
He's bowling against Sam Germano. Sam, very, very tough.
Sam, a left-hander. Buries it. Very good. Wow. Looks like he's throwing a red hammer.
Greg Joseph is the general manager at Maiden Lanes, owner of J&J Pro Shop, married to Jody. He has a daughter, Jessica, who is 7 years old. He was worried about that left side.
We have Bill Rybak up on 2.
Ooh, a little bit high, and he got away with it, didn't he?
That's right, he did.
So that's 2 strikes in a row for the Gates team. Bill Rybak is bowling against Bill Hunt.
Bill with a crossover leaves the 9. Leaves a 9.
Which is Errol Usselman bowling in the number 3 spot for Gates Bowl. He came in light. He's got a tough lead there.
Errol Usselman. Breaks for 7. Got a little baby split in there. Bill going for his spare. Slides right by.
Yeah, doesn't get up there. So Maiden having their problems so far, but it's very, very early in the match.
No.
Give it a good try. Try to get it from the outside. Tried to slide the 2 into the 7. And we have the lefty for Maiden Lanes. John Strong. Of course, his teammates always kid him. They say if John bowls well, that means there's no shot on the left side. If he bowls bad, it's easy. They like to kid John. And when I talked to them before the match, I said, "You only have one left-hander?" He said, "No, we don't have any left-handers." So they really give John the business. John is the captain. Ooh, and he goes by it.
These guys, I guess, don't realize that nobody misses 5 pins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not supposed to, are they?
Oh.
Here's a tough lead. So Pete ends up with an open. Here's Mr. Steady, Nicky Schwalb. One of the fine bowlers of the area. I've always said it, and I always will. He's one of my favorite guys in the whole wide
That's
world.
right. Nick's a good guy. Good bowler.
Here's Carl King. Carl, the anchor for Gates Bowl. Oh, and he got the baby split out. Took that 10 out.
Came up a little high, almost crossed over.
Greg Joseph told me that 7-pin's going to be tough to get today. Yeah, Nick didn't have any problem with it. So Maiden getting off to a shaky start. They're still looking for their first strike. All of their bowlers broke for 9.
Spare for Carl.
But only 2 marks so far. One for Greg and one for Nick Schwalb. And here's Joe Magoffin.
Nice.
Okay, got a little help. Little help.
I was watching Joe practice Rob, just before we started, and he was, here we go, a little replay action.
That was a head pin.
Yeah, head pin slides over, whacks the 10. That was excellent. And he was doing that during practice. He was just pounding the pocket. So I think we're going to see some good scores, a good score out of Joe today.
Greg was a little light, and he's got the soldier. Here's Sam Germano as we go into the second frame. Sam looking for the double, doesn't get it. Leaves the 10-pin. Soldier's always tough.
Yeah, Greg's going for the soldier. Tough spare. And
Yep. Have to hit it solid. So Greg open in the second frame.
well, Ron, tie marks in the first frame.
Yeah, marks are even, but Gates has the strikes going, so they can take advantage of them. In fact, right here, we have one with Bill Rybak. He'll be bowling right after Bill Hunt. He breaks for 7. The 2 Bills bowling against each other. Bill looking for the double. Came up high. Wow. 7-10. Well, Chuck Richards told us that Chuck, who helps us out, told us the lanes are in tip-top shape and that they're going to be scoring. But so far, maybe the bowlers just have to get warmed up a little bit. Here's Bill after one of the 2 pins, whichever's the easiest for him, and it's the 10-pin. Here's John Strong, the captain of Maiden Lanes. On the cross, too much.
Breaks for 7.
Yeah. It's a good shot of John. As
Errol Usselman. Up by lane 1. Nice easy shot. Just a little bit too easy. Came up a little high. Left a 6-10.
Errol was open in the first frame. He had a split. There's John, tough spare. So our bowlers are having a tough time getting their spares.
Errol going for his spare. Uh-oh. Yeah, he got it.
Yep, hang on.
He looked, when he threw that ball, he looked like he was going to slide off on him into the gutter, but held it on.
Here's Nicky Schwalb on a spare. It's going to be high. Comes up with the baby split. Pete Gravante, also open in the first frame. Right there this time, huh?
Peter Gravante from Batavia, New York.
No doubt about that one.
No, not at all.
Nick after the baby split the hard way, and he goes by it.
26 to the second frame for Nick. Carl King from Gates Bowl.
Maiden Lanes does not have a mark in this frame. And look at that, we got washed out. Carl King gets washed out. Now Joe has an opportunity to bring Maiden back a little bit here because he's got the only strike in 2 frames so far. He's going to be outside. He brings it back.
Exactly.
So that's a double for Joe. Let's watch this now. Goes way outside. Just does get back enough to get to the head pin and to pick up the strike. And meanwhile, Carl King is open, so that was a good break for Maiden. If Joe had not got that double, they would have had 3 marks or possibly 4. That's tough. I was watching Sam in practice. He left that 7 pin a couple of times. Here's Greg. Greg had a spare over here, lane 1 last time he bowled over. He's there. So Greg with the only other strike so far for Maiden Lanes. That's the way to do it, huh, Tommy?
Here it comes, yeah.
Right there. No doubt about that. Nice strike for Greg. Uh-oh. Oh, stay straight. Fellow's going to hook around. Sam knew what he was doing.
Okay, Bill Hunt.
Yeah, still looking for his first mark. He breaks for 9.
Breaks for that deadly 5-pin again.
Bill Rybak had a strike here last time. He had that 7-10 last time. Lane 1 breaks for 9. It's Bill Hunt against Bill Rybak, the number 2 bowlers. And right now, Bill Rybak for Gates Bowl is up by 10 on Bill Hunt as they both go after their spares. Bill Hunt gets his. Bill Rybak should get his.
Yep.
No doubt about it. Now we go down to the number 3 spot. It's John Strong against Errol Usselman. And Errol for Gates Bowl is leading him so far after 2 frames. John breaks for 9. John also looking for his first mark. Errol is on a spare. Right there.
28 for Errol in the second frame. Errol works over is an operations supervisor for First Federal Savings. John Strong gets his spare.
Speak Gravante, he's on a strike, so he could give Gates a big boost here with another one. Gates having a good frame here in the 3rd. Right there. Did it? Yep,
yes.
There it goes. Good break.
Steal a little replay on this. Here we go.
Watch this and see who got it. I think it was the head pin again.
I think, yeah, it rolled over.
It was the head pin.
Taps it out.
That head pin's been hard at work over in this lane number 2. Here's Nick. Nick was open last time. He gets a strike. It's first strike of the match. Once he gets stringing. So Maiden Lanes with 2 strikes, 2 spares so far, and same with Gates. Here's Carl. He was open last time. And he leaves the 7 pin. Joe, again, could give Maiden a big boost with another strike. He's on a double. And not this time.
Joe a little weak on that shot.
Couldn't quite get up there. He leaves the baby split on the left side for the right-handed bowler. 2-7. As Carl goes after the 7 pin.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Greg warned us about that. That you got to watch out for that 7 pin. The bowlers are going to fall a little bit short. Hard one. Nope. So both anchors open in the 3rd frame.
We got a 2-point lead for Gates Bowl.
It's here's Greg. And a big double for Greg Joseph. And his wife Jody, she likes it. Jody, one of the top lady bowlers in the area. strikes. So both our leadoff bowlers are on strikes. The two Bills now. Bill Hunt of Maiden. He's bowling against Bill Rybak. So Greg's on the double, which means that match is about even. Oh, nice strike for Bill. Bill Hunt with a strike. And Bill counters with his own. And Bill Rybak of Gates continues to hold on to that 10-pin lead over Bill Hunt in the number 2 spot. Remember, it's 1 point each. Nice ball. So Maiden's starting to heat up now. Well, look at this one. This is right there, huh?
Perfect.
No doubt about it.
Perfect shot. All in the pit.
Yep, they had to go. Errol Usselman's on a strike, looking for the double. Came in a little bit light, left the 7-pin. 7-pin's been tough for our bowlers. Dick Schwalb had a strike last time. See if he can make it 2 in a row.
That's good.
All right, so they got Joe now for the Budweiser. That's the double for Nick Schwab. Here it is.
Hit him thin and watch him spin.
Yep,
Watch the shot.
That head pin did a lot of damage again.
Yep.
Took out the 4-7. Here's Errol after the 7-pin. 7-pin's been tough. We said that. And our bowlers are falling short.
Good shot.
And they got Joe. Joe's got to buy the Budweiser.
I think Joe has been last 2 frames have just been rushing the line just a bit.
Started out well with the double.
Yeah, actually, so he's been bowling well all day as far as the practice shot and practicing and now bowling. Like I said, I think he's just rushing just a little bit. Just slow back.
Pete Gravante last time was looking for a triple, and he really got tapped. Left the 10-pin. And he picks it up. Sam Germano, leadoff bowler for Gates Bowl. He's got a clean game with 2 strikes and 2 spares. On a strike, looking for the double. How many times has he left that solid 7 in practice and twice here on TV? A lot of action for Carl. But
He mixes them up.
Yeah.
Not quite good enough. We got Maiden Lanes with a minus 2 points here. Now they're with this 4th frame. They've really
they've taken over the lead, haven't they?
Yeah.
By 20 pins.
switched it around a
16
little bit.
marks to 14. They had a terrific 4th frame. Actually, 3rd and 4th. So Sam picks up the spare. And Carl. Come on back, Carl. Yeah, see, he gave it room. They've been missing the pins on the left side. Carl gave it room and picked up the spare. Here's Bill Rybak. On the head. Broke up the split. Good break for Bill. Now here's Greg Joseph. He's on a double. He had a spare in the 1st, opened in the 2nd, and came back with the double. There goes. 3 in a row for Greg. Incidentally, Greg Joseph, also the president of the Greater Rochester Area Bowling Proprietors Association. And Greg and I work hand in hand on a daily basis. There it is.
Got that head pin working
Yeah.
again. Takes out the 7-pin this
Yeah,
time.
that head pin's been hard at work today. There's a good shot of Greg relaxing after that triple. Here's Bill. Whoa. Solid 8. So Greg has taken over the lead in the number 1 spot. Bill Hunt and Bill Rybak are battling in that number 2 spot. Bill Rybak has been holding on to that 10-pin lead. See, he tried to give it room and gave it too much. So Bill Hunt is open in the 5th frame.
Bill Rybak just increased his lead to about 20 pins.
As he picks up the spare. Now we go to the number 3 spot. John Strong against Errol Usselman. John's on a strike. Breaks for 6.
We have Pete Gravante.
This matchup is just about even, isn't it? Between Errol Usselman and
Yes,
John
it is.
Strong.
In fact, John gets a spare. It's exactly even.
Okay, here's...
Ooh, a perfect shot.
That's the second time he got tapped, you know. He had a solid 10 last time. Oh, and I'll tell you, Pete was on a double. Nice spare for John. Pete was on a double, and he got tapped in the 4th frame, left a 10-pin. This time was a solid 8-pin. Cart ready?
Pete works for the City of Batavia Water Department. Bowls in 3 leagues. He's been bowling for about 21 years, he says. His highest average 214, highest game 300, and highest series 775.
Talk about 300s. Nicky Schwalb bowling right now for Maiden has 8 300 games. Highest average 230, highest series 812. All right, Carl finally gets that strike here in the 5th frame. And a spare for Nicky. Joe Magoffin.
Wrong goal, buddy.
So if Joe can get a mark here, he'll put Maiden up by about 10 pins. And he's got it. So at the end of 5 frames, it's Maiden Lanes with 21 marks, Gates Bowl with 20. We'll add it all up and see how the head-to-head competition is going, and we'll be right back. Rochester Men's Travel League. Men. We have the men and the ladies once a month. This month, I should say, it's the men. It's Maiden Lanes against Gates Bowl. They earn the right to get here by rolling off the week prior to coming on. They rolled off at Brockport. Actually, it's been 2 weeks now, and these are the 2 teams that ended up, Maiden and Gates. Gates was the top, and Maiden the second. And we got quite a match going here.
Yes, we do.
Very, very even match, Tommy. And let's take a look at the matchup as we take a look at our bowlers one more time, and we'll let you know how they're doing in the matchup. Greg Joseph against Sam Germano. Greg on that triple, 3rd, 4th, and 5th frame. Sam with a couple of taps in there, that 7-pin especially. So Greg has an 18-pin lead over Sam Germano. Bill Hunt and Bill Rybak, the battle of the 2 Bills. It's Bill Rybak on top right at the moment by 20 over Bill Hunt. In the number 3 spot, all even, John Strong and Errol Usselman just about even. In the number 4 spot, Nick Schwalb and Pete Gravante. Pete with all those taps. He was on a double. He got 2 straight taps, but Nicky is creeping up, and he's only 3 behind now, with Pete holding on to that 3-pin lead. In the in the anchor spot, the number 5 spot, Joe Magoffin against Carl King. Carl with some early problems. Joe getting off to that good start, and Joe holding on to a 20-pin lead. So what it all amounts to is, after all is said and done, after 5 frames, it's Maiden Lanes with about a 15-pin lead, total pins, and as far as the competition is concerned, it's just about even.
It's perfect. It's great.
Yeah. So,
great match.
Okay, so here we go. And we're going to go with the number 1 spot, Greg Joseph against Sam Germano. And as we said, it's Greg with an 18-pin lead at the end of 5 frames.
I was caught off guard with it.
Yeah, somebody had an accident back there.
I guess.
Okay, here's Greg looking for his 4th straight strike. He's got it. 4 in a roll for Greg. I might add that Greg had his first 800 series about a month ago, 844 with a 300 game.
Sam with a spare in the 5th frame, going in breaks for 7. Sam works for EDS. He's a data security supervisor. EDS standing for Electronic Data Systems.
Yeah, you can see washout all over that. Excuse me. There's Bill Rybak. Bill has that lead over Bill Hunt by about I'm sorry. This is Sam going after the spare. Okay, and then it'll be Bill. The two Bills in the number 2 spot. So this is Bill Hunt. Bill Hunt is a manager at Xerox, married to Sharon, and they have 4 children.
Wow. That ball really moved there at the end. Ronnie.
Bill, Jim, and Christy, 16, Jim, 13.
Bill Rybak breaks for 9.
There's John Strong. Bowling the number 3 spot for Maiden Lanes. Goes by the 10 pin. The lanes are hooking pretty good today. That's why our bowlers are having a tough time. Getting the pins on the left side, like the 7 pin and the 4-7. And then what they do is they allow for the hook and sometimes allow too much and don't get up there. So that's what's been happening with the spares.
John Strong goes for a spur.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that. I think he was too.
Everybody was. I don't know how that happened. That was a funny reaction, wasn't it? Now, Usselman with a strike. Nick is on a spare. In a spare split. Strike, strike, spare. He's there. But no 7 pin. So here's the guy that's been having all the tough luck. Pete Gravante. He was on a double and tapped 2 straight times. He's got it that time.
Pete with another strike. Pete's married. His wife named Barb. We got children. John and Peter Jr. And Jason and James. 4 children in that family.
Washout. There it is. For Carl King. So Carl continues to have some problems here. Here's Joe Magoffin holding on to a 20-pin lead over Carl. Goes on a strike, and he's got the soldier. So both bowlers with tough spares. Yep. Joe is an electronic technician at Kodak. Also goes to RIT. Played a technical program in May. Married to Margaret. Margaret, also a fine bowler. Bring it back. Oh, it just does. So here's the hot guy now. 4 in a row for Greg Joseph, looking for his 5th straight strike.
Team-wise, Maiden Lane still remains about 10 minutes ahead. And Greg with another strike. He's just burning the pocket now.
Here's Sam. Sam's had some tough luck. He gets the baby split this time. Here's Greg's strike again. Look at this. Perfect. Boom. No doubt about it. And Greg very happy that he's bowling well here on TV. As we mentioned, Greg had that 844 series in the 300 game just a few weeks ago, and he's been a hot bowler lately. Actually, all these guys are very consistent. Ooh, tough right there. Shake.
Sam Germano bowls in 3 leagues. Been bowling for about 30 years. His highest average, 219. He's had a 300 game. Actually, he has 6 300 games. And the highest series is 821.
There's the spare for Bill Hunt. Oh, nice strike. Bill Rybak with a nice strike. John Strong is a custodian, Town Line Elementary School in Spencerport. Married to wife Barb. And has a
bad break for
Jody. Jody is, don't know how old Jody is, but he likes to play golf.
Errol
Doesn't quite get up there.
No.
He's got the soldier. A lot of tough spares today.
Errol bowls in 2 leagues. He's been bowling for about 33 years. His highest average 202 per game. 300, and his highest service was 752. Excellent bowling. Married, wife Barbara. Brian, son, 17, Laura, 12.
I saw the hook on that. Hooked right around. Big Schwalb. Not a spare. High. Wouldn't go. No 9-pin. Gravante. He could very well have a 5-timer right now. Wow. What a way to break off.
Yeah, that's not a very good, not a helper for him, that's for sure.
Nick with a spare. What a match going on between Nick and Pete for the head-to-head competition.
Pete enjoys playing softball in the summertime, and he likes just watching any kind of sports that's going on. He's probably into the basketball playoffs right now.
Magoffin with a strike. Here's Carl. Ooh. Something happened there. He may have stuck. Quick down at the lane. San Germano. Gates Bowl team. Really burning it up this year. In the Ulster Area Men's Travel League. It's about time Sam got a break. He's had so many bad ones today.
Sam's married, wife they.
What a recover, Carl.
His daughter's, Sam has a daughter named Sarah, 5 years old. Enjoys sports incredible.
Bill's right there. Go Rybak with his double. Well, here's Greg. Looking for his 6th straight strike. Started off with a spare, open, and then 5 in a row. It's there. Nice ball.
Oh.
6 in a row. Look at this one. No doubt about it. When you hit them there, they have to go. Cleared the deck. All right, late falling 9-pin. Here's Bill Hunt. No breaks for Bill today. Pete Gravante had that wide open split last time. 4, 6, 7, 10. He's there this time. That match between him and Nick are just about even.
Actually, with a strike, Nick's going to have probably a 9-pin lead over Pete.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, Pete could get that back with another strike, couldn't he?
Right.
It's John Strong. He breaks for 7. John's down by about 10. Another tap for Carl. Just can't get a break today. Carl only with 1 strike. This is unusual for Carl. What a reaction we got.
Well, after 2 misses.
After that last one, especially.
Get himself a spare.
Carl hangs on for the spare. Now here's Nick. He's down by 10. And he's got the washout. Could not. Oh, wait a minute. Almost got a break. Nick is going to try to nudge that head pin on the left side. Slide it over. Like that.
Nice spare.
Way to do it.
That's a little replay. Look at this. Watch this. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect shot.
You get the final quarter of the pin and slide it over. The old pro picked it up. That had washout written all over it. So Joe,
I'm
looking for the double, but ended up with the washout.
Yeah, and I'm surprised at Joe. I was sure we were going to see some, really, really high score with Joe.
Well, we got a high one going here with Greg Joseph.
It's like reversed itself.
7 in a row. Will it be? Yes. Greg is going to be a happy man. We'll never hear the end of it, will we?
No, not at all. Okay, check this out. See what he does this time. Anything
Came in
different?
a little bit light this time, and
yeah, look at that.
made the pins work this time.
E-pin just takes a snooze and slowly falls off.
Bill had a tough time, having a tough time getting it up there. There's Sam. Sam's on a strike. Of course, it's got a long way to go to catch up to Greg. He breaks for 9. Sam's a tough bowler.
Certainly is. His career so far of bowling is 6 300s, 2 800s, 2 299s, and 2 298s.
219 average. I don't know what his current average is, but that's been his highest average.
Really? Quite the list of bowling achievements, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And he picks up the spare. Left-hander Sam Germano over to the left. John Strong. Well, we're in the 9th frame. There's John's strike again. It's right there. No doubt about it. 1-2 pocket. That's also in the 1-2 pocket. Didn't want to go over that far, but broke for 9. Nick's on a spare.
All right, Nick. We're in a foundation frame here, Ron. 9th frame. All these strikes will really help him out.
Maiden Lane's up by about 40 total pins. The matches to watch. Number 3 spot, John Strong and Errol Usselman.
Good break.
Wow, ended up with a good break, but never should have been there. Should have had them all. Wiggled the 7, wouldn't go down. 0.
On a strike and gets another one.
So Errol has in the driver's seat in the number 3 spot.
About 20 pin lead.
Bill Rybak also in the driver's seat for Gates Bowl in the number 2 spot. Got a good match going here between Pete Gravante and Nick Schwalb. And Pete gets the strike. That's a double for Pete. So Gates coming back here even for total. There's Pete's strike again. A little bit high, but he's able to carry. We go back to the 10th frame. Sam Germano, 10th frame. Gets the strike. Carl King finishing up the 9th frame. It's been a good frame for Gates. Well, a good frame for both, really, because actually Greg ended up with the double. Bill had a spare. John and Nick on strikes, and Joe with a spare. So, you know, we had a pair of doubles for Gates. So they actually only picked up one mark, and that depends on what happens here, too. There's Sam with another strike. A possible 192 for Sam Germano.
Sam just misses a spare. Carl, yes.
Yeah.
He bowls in 2 leagues, and he's been bowling for about 32 years. Highest average, 199. Highest game, 290. And highest series, 733. Married to wife Diana.
Tough day today.
And Carl has a daughter, Paula.
Good finish for Sam Germano. Okay, here's Greg now. Will he make it 8 in a row? Looking for 8 in a row.
Oh, leaves a 10 pin.
No 10 pin. He won a point in his match against Sam Germano. Bill Rybak will win his match against Bill Hunt.
Good shot.
Good spare.
Possible 246 for Greg.
And Bill Rybak.
Bill could have a 195 game.
So he'll win his head-to-head match and pick up a point. So both teams with 1 point apiece. Greg finishes up with 8.
244 for Greg.
Nice game for Greg Joseph. 244.
Bill Rybak.
Nice game for Bill.
Bill bowls in about 3 leagues. He's been bowling 36 years. His highest average 205. High game 300. And the highest series 785. 3 children, Julie, Jennifer, and John.
There's Bill Hunt. Bill's having a tough time getting up there. The matchup between Errol Usselman and John Strong. Errol on a double, looking for a triple. He's got it. John's on a strike. Guess we're gonna wait for Bill to bowl out here.
It's a spare.
Here's Errol's working pins.
Wow,
Huh?
look at that, huh?
Yeah, they were working for him.
With the 410.
That was a triple. That was 4 strikes in the last 5 frames for Errol, as he really picked his game up after the midway.
Yes.
Another one. If you recall, these guys were just about even, but Errol in the second half of the show has had all strikes but 1. That was the 7th frame when he was open. So Bill, with his second strike of the match, ends up with a 139.
Well, after the first 2 matches, we have a 4-pin lead for Gates Bowl. I think you're going to see that change very shortly.
Yeah. Nice game for Errol. Nice finish.
191 game.
Came on strong at the end. John Strong. That's a triple for him. That'll help him for total pins. Pete Gravante came in a little bit high.
He breaks for 8.
So far, Gates Bowl leading in points, 2-1. John coming out strong at the end.
John could have a 171. And I'm telling you, that's an excellent score from what he could have had. They had 91 as of the 7th frame, and with that spare, now the 3-timer, and possibly he's going for the 4th one right here.
This is the match right here. The matchup between Nick Schwalb and Pete Gravante. John Strong
with a 168 game.
And Pete with a strike.
And also a 191 game. Got Errol and Pete doing exactly the same here.
Needs a strike. He's got it. He needed that strike to beat Pete in total pins head-to-head. Pete had a 191. But it doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's up the total. Would have liked to have been a strike. So it's all going to boil down to the total pins. Nick Schwalb with 197 picks up a point. Pete Gravante, who had a tough break, some bunch of taps early in the match. So Carl. Poor Carl, wasn't his day today.
No, that's for sure.
Here's Joe.
Another strike. Possible 194 for Joe.
So Maiden Lanes in the head-to-head competition picked up 3 points, and Maiden Lanes is also going to take over total pins.
That's right.
So Maiden Lanes will be the winner.
That's it. That's absolutely correct.
Of this particular match. But it was quite a match. Greg Joseph with a 244 game.
191 for
The only 200 for Maiden Lanes. And that made the difference. 913 to 939 in total pins. Maiden Lanes, they also picked up 3 points head-to-head. So the winner, Maiden Lanes. We'll be back to talk to our bowlers. Hand out the money right after this.
There we were, a jillion miles outside of the hood. The bus got...
The Greater Rochester Area Bowling Proprietors Association has presented the Greater Rochester Area Men's Travel League. Brought to you by Lake Beverage, distributors of Bud and Bud Light. Thank you very much. An exciting match between Gates Bowl and Maiden Lanes, with Maiden coming out on top. 939 to 913, and we're going to talk to the losing team first of all, Bill Rybak, who bowled very, very well. Bill, you took your point. In fact, your team was fairly steady. You all had just about the same score up there. You were the highest. I'll tell you something. Pete Gravante had some tough breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Germano had some tough breaks. He had him in practice, and he had him. He just couldn't get lane 2 over there, leaving those 7 pins. But your team did very, very well, and we have second place money for you, $100, huh? And your team did good. So we always see Gates Bowl here because they've done so well this year.
Yeah.
And you guys are burning them up this year.
We hope to continue. It's not over with yet.
That's right. That's right. Okay, Bill, thank you very much, and good bowling to you and Gates Bowl. And
Hi, Ron.
Okay, you had quite a game.
Oh, yeah.
I can't kid you about anything, about missing a 7 or anything like that.
I wanted to make sure of that.
That's right. And you had a nice 244 game. Very nice bowling by Greg Joseph. Huh? How about that, huh? And your team did very, very well. And we congratulate you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I think Gates bowled well. They've been tough all year long, and I'd like to congratulate them, too.
Okay. Okay, we have a first place prize money for you, $300. And once again, our congratulations. Okay. A nice matchup, as always. The next time, it'll be Battle of the Sexes, I believe. And we'll see you then next month. So long, everybody.
The whole objective is to just give people